we'll assume that they are to be deployed.
Yes.
Then what is the nitty-gritty of its working?
Yes.
Because they cannot work unilaterally ignoring the state government.
There is absolutely no, if I may say so, no ambiguity in what the High Court has said.
Yes.
It is the source and not the deployment which is the subject matter. It's the geographic width saying don't confine them to 189.
Yes.
And get them from the central forces.
Yes.
Now, one has to have faith in the Election Commission, despite the fact that they have so partisanly supported the state and filed this SLP. One has to have faith in them ultimately and hope that they will rise to the occasion and deploy the forces sensibly. And it will always be in coordination with whoever is heading the force, who also has to make an assessment on the ground, because the Election Commission doesn't make the assessment in the ground, with the Election Commission. That's how it always is. Now, the problem is if the state of West Bengal thinks that the union forces are an invading army, that mindset cannot be brought into the Supreme Court.
No, at the same
problem
time,
today,
their apprehension is that the central forces cannot work unilaterally.
Completely imaginary. There is nothing of that sort in the High Court judgment. Please see the direction which the Election Commission is complaining. Paragraph 17.
Yes.
Directing the State Election Commission to requisition the deployment of central forces for all districts in the state of West Bengal. On receipt of the requisition, the authority of the central government shall deploy the required number of forces, the cost to be borne by the central. Where is the direction? No High Court will ever give a direction that the head of the force will decide where to deploy himself. My Lord, your ladyship will consider. There is one question to which there was a deafening silence from the Election Commission. Why are they aggrieved by this order?
Yes.
Because this only shows the Election Commission has been told, get central forces. It comes running to the Supreme Court and says, why should we get central forces? There is a problem in the state. And the problem has manifested itself multiple times. If your ladyship only sees, if the court only sees the calendar, they put the calendar on record.
Yes.
On 15th of July, nominations were to be filed.
Yes.
15th
June.
15th of June, sorry. 17th of June is the scrutiny.
Yes.
20th of June is date for withdrawal.
Yeah.
The High Court issues the first direction, and I want to make a little point about this. The High Court issues the first judgment
on 9.
On the 12th of June.
9.
13. And in this, and this is a very interesting thing which has come about, the state also is not sure whether it has adequate forces, doesn't have adequate forces, whether there is an assessment, whether there is no assessment. They keep changing their story, and there's a reason for it. If the court sees page 29 of the previous judgment, it should be at page 71 of the application for leave. A point on which they said they filed a review because this is an apparent error.
Yes.
So round one, and I'm sure the judges didn't imagine this, somebody must have told them that it is not in dispute that a preliminary assessment has been done by the State Election Commission and several districts have been earmarked as sensitive districts. It has been widely reported in the press that there have been several instances where prospective candidates have complained about the non-availability of nomination papers, which resulted in violence being precipitated and such other incidents. Considering the fact that a total number of seats for which the election is conducted is 75,000,
Yes.
all on one day. And going by the past incidents where on more than 12 occasions, the court had to intervene for directing deployment of central forces or transferring cases to the National Investigating Agency, we are of the view that the Election Commission should and shall requisition deployment of forces to work in tandem with the police force of state of West Bengal to ensure free and fair election. Where is the doubt about this direction?
Yes, yes.
So the very fact that such an argument is being raised exposes in the court that the agenda here is not genuine concern of deployment. Agenda here is we don't want union forces here.
Yes.
And what one NHRC report said, it don't make it from rule of law to law of ruler. So this, now against this, what they do is there are two letters there, right, on 14 June. So first the court is told there is no dispute that there is an assessment.
Yes.
On page 87, the court will find annexure P8. And on this letter hangs a tale. They were trying to say, oh, we've done everything. Look how proactive we've been. In the light of the order of the High Court, reference the writ petition referred, you're requested to submit an assessment plan of deployment of forces at the earliest. Now, the court would note the dates. I have given the dates 15th.
That is 14/6.
Yes, first date is 14/6.
14/6.
So on the date, on 15th of June, the nominations have to be filed. On 14th, say, give it at the earliest. Now,
Yes.
first sensitive period is the period up to the date of withdrawal.
Yes.
For obvious reasons.
From the date of
people are-
filing of nomination.
Nomination to the withdrawal date.
Yes.
These are very sensitive dates. The Election Commission should know that. And it knows that. Because the allegations are a number of candidates who have come in are being bullied.
Yes.
So this is, now look at the tone and tenor of this at the earliest. No saying by tomorrow or by day after. Give me. The state is already, we are already on 14th of June. The
Yes.
election fever has caught on. If they do not have an assessment plan by that date, I dare say the state is not prepared to hold the election, or they are not wanting to hold a free and fair election. How can it be? Would the court appreciate? Because this is a double-edged weapon. They tell the High Court, oh, we've got an assessment plan. The High Court says not in dispute. Now the court is told, no, this is a basic mistake. Please consider this is a mistake. On 14th of June, they do not even have an assessment plan. When the election process is about to start and the state says, have faith in us. The assessment should have been done much before. So that by the time this process started, forces had already been deployed.
Before the issuance of the.
This is the trouble when the state speaks with this kind of a wavering, I'll say what is convenient, they end up at the spit.
Please.
So on 15th of June, when the matter is back in the court, what is the situation? The court is suddenly told, oh, sorry, you were under a wrong impression, there is no assessment plan. So till 15th of June, there is no assessment plan, and the Election Commission is vigorously writing a letter saying, send me your assessment plan at the earliest.
Yes.
Working hard to defeat this. And that is why they've come running in SLP, despite the fact that they should have had no objection as to where the forces are going to come from.
Yes, yes.
This is what the High Court is faced with. In the face of this, the High Court has issued the direction which it did. And if the Honorable Court sees para 14, this imaginary argument itself shows that the state has no real grievance, and they are embarrassed to tell the court that we don't want union forces, otherwise because they are not in our control.
Yes.
Para 14.
Yes, we saw it.
Then where is all this? That they will come, they will invade the state of West Bengal, they will run riot, they will create violence.
Yes. We have heard
Ultimately-
Lawrence Senior.
I have one
Yes.
submission to
What
make.
submission?
Please give me that one opportunity.
Lord, may I just take one,
My lord,
only to
there
add
was
two pages.
something that was
Yes, let him complete. Yes.
Just one sentence, my lord, in the other SLP. My lord, in the first SLP itself, we have marked pages, my lord. The Honorable High Court passed the order on 9. Please give us the assessment of sensitive area. Kindly come to page 51. I am just giving the para number. Page 51, para number 15. The 9th you do not. Just 1 minute, my lord, I will not take much time. page 51, para 15, the 9th June order of the Honorable High Court.
Yes,
Now kindly just permit me to read these 4 lines. With regard to the deployment of central forces, there is 9 June.
yes,
If in the opinion of the State Election Commission, it would augur well to seek the deployment of central forces so that the state force can work along with the central forces so as to preserve and maintain law and order situation. It is for the State Election Commission to take a decision in this regard. We therefore call for the response from the State Election Commission. So the date is not from 13. The first letter issued is on 14. So for 5 days, my lord, when the election schedule is only of 20 days, for 5 days nothing is done. Then, my lord, the High Court is at page 94, the 13th order, page 94, para 48.
yes, please.
The next issue is regarding deployment of central paramilitary forces. It has been stated by the State Election Commission that the meeting on the assessment of deployment of forces was taken by the Commissioner on 9 June with the Chief Secretary of the State and the Director General of Police, and assessment plan by the state will be submitted in due course. Please mark it, my lord. Mr. Salve said the most difficult area which every election commission knows is the date of withdrawal, because all threats are being given for withdrawal. So that before that withdrawal, the deployment had to take place. Nothing is done till this date, which will be reviewed by the commissioner for taking appropriate decision. The petitioner contention is that to instill confidence in the electorate to ensure fair and transparent without any violence taking place can be achieved only by deployment of central military forces. Now kindly 4 more lines followed at page 109. Page 109, para 72 bottom.
Yes, 13.
Page 109, para 72, last 4 lines. It is stated, followed at page 109, if your lordship got it, Mullah.
Yes,
Kindly come to last 4 lines at that page of para 72. It is stated that in the year 2018 Panchayat election, large scale violence took place, resulting in 13 deaths, bombs being hurled, ballot boxes being burned, and all these occurred due to inadequate security arrangement. In the general election 2019, 693 instances of general violence were reported and 11 deaths. Further, it is stated state tested huge violence during the assembly election in 2021, including 15,000 cases of post-poll
see, that
violence.
is in the past. It
No,
is
no,
not-
21.
See, it's all right. It happened in the past.
Lord, this is the reason why the Honorable High Court took,
That is no reason that it may repeat.
I'm not, my lord, your lordship, then Ramnavami recently.
Yes,
So,
we have
my lord,
heard. We have
therefore,
heard you. Yes, we have heard.
I just need a minute.
You're appearing for?
I'm appearing for one of the interveners.
My lord,
I
before
have
the
only
intervener,
one.
I just want to show one document, my lord. Just one document, my lord. I won't take more than 30 seconds. If your lordship would see the compilation filed on behalf of the State Election Commission, if your lordship would please have a look at page 12, my lord. This is the minutes that they are ultimately relying upon before your lordship.
Yes.
My lord. My lord, these are minutes dated 16th June, one day after the passing of the impugned order. Your lordship may see paragraph 5, point number 5. Sensitivity plan. Commission has asked for sensitive area plan from every district to be submitted to the commission. The report would help the commission for deployment of police force. Even one day after the impugned order, nothing has been done, my lord.
All right. Yes.
May
I just have a.
We prepared one writ petition, my lord, but the honorable court was pleased to allow us, my lord, to intervene in the main 2 writ petitions, my lord, only to aid whatever submissions have been made by Mr. Salve, my lord. Our writ petition, our application had one specific additional point with regard to videograph and CCTV coverage, my lord, with regard to, my lord, the polling station and the adjacent areas, my lord. We made a specific submission, my lord, and that is recorded, my lord, at paragraph 49 at page 97 of our petition, my lord. From the date of nomination.
But the direction has not been issued.
Yes, my lord, that direction has been issued. Lord will kindly take page 40, para 49 once, my lord.
Yes.
May I read for your lordship's convenience, my lord? The next issue is with regard to installation of CCTV cameras at all polling stations. The State Election Commission in its report has stated that there are total 61,636 polling stations spread over the rural areas of the state. In the last panchayat election, CCTV cameras had been installed in sensitive booths, and during the last municipal elections, pursuant to the orders passed by this court.
That is not in every booth.
No, may I, it's a longish paragraph, my lord.
Yes.
Why I'm trying to, my lord, emphasize on this, my lord.
Paragraph, page 98.
Lord, will kindly take page 98 once,
Yes.
my lord. Therefore, to state that it is not logically not possible to install CCTV camera in all polling stations may not be fully acceptable. The court is aware of the technical difficulties that may be involved in the matter of installation in all polling stations, with particular reference to polling station in remote rural areas. Therefore, a workable solution has to be arrived at so that no polling station escapes from the surveillance of the Election Commission.
Yes.
Therefore, we direct the State Election Commission to install CCTV in all polling stations.
Yes.
And only those polling stations where it is technically not feasible to install CCTV cameras, in those stations alone, the entire process commencing from filing of nomination papers till the declaration of the results has to be videographed, my lord. None of this has happened, my lord. One more thing, my lord, the next paragraph, my lord. Next line, my lord. In case the State Election Commission is to requisition the CCTV facility installed by the police department, because Lordship knows, my lord, in all the areas, my lord, now there are CCTV cameras installed for speeding violations and other to maintain law and order situation. A specific prayer was made to share the link of those CCTV cameras with the Election Commission so that the Election Commission can monitor, my lord. That direction was also being passed, my lord. Nothing has happened with regard to this. This is an additional point I would like to, my lord, canvass before this honorable bench, my lord. So that, since nothing has been done, my lord, we have referred an application for contempt, my lord. That is pending in Calcutta High Court.
Then that will be taken care of there.
For your lordship.
Yes.
Can I take one? Can I
Can
take 30 seconds, my lord?
One
I had
more,
appeared
okay.
before the.
Lord, I am for the government employees, the union of the government employees who are affected when paramilitary forces are not deployed. On the last occasion during the elections, one of the presiding officers who happened to be a school teacher, my lord, was kidnapped and his mutilated body was found on railway tracks. This kind of violence directly affects us. So, my lord, I'm one of the interveners whose intervention was allowed by the Honorable High Court. I'm not being made a party by the petitioner herein, but we filed impediment application.
All right.
Great.
I'm being led by
Yes,
Mr.
can I take 30 seconds, my lord? I had appeared before the High Court.